Kutztown Live. Kutztown University campus's campus and community interest radio magazine. You can call Kutztown Live at 610-683-4859. And now, your host for Kutztown Live, Juliana Jablonski.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. I am your host, Juliana Jablonski, along with my co-host, George Fladeland. We had quite a busy show last week, and if you missed last week's show, don't worry, you can head on over to the KUR website at www.kutztown.edu/KUR and click on the podcasts link. That'll take you to the YouTube channel. You can catch up on any Kutztown Live show that you may have missed. Now, today we have quite a full show. We'll be hearing from KU Soccer Coach Erik Burstein. We will then be hearing from Nikolai Blihar and Rachel Hamilton from the Women's Center speaking about the It's On Us campaign. Then a member of ACE will be stopping on in to tell us about some of the upcoming events they have. We have an interview with Kaylee Unger, the KU Communications intern, and we also will be speaking to Clyde Killebrew, KUSGB's new student representative, to talk to us about life as a freshman, textbook affordability, and all the things that he is involved in. Right now in the KUR studio, we have Coach Burstein along with George Fladeland. Hello, you two.
Good afternoon.
Coach Burstein, it's great to have you here.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Down here in the KUR studios in the MSU. First time being on the show this year, right?
Yeah. It's people have been very, very friendly, and it's a great setup, so thanks for having me.
Feeling excited. Well, you guys have had an incredible year so far, as everyone here on this campus knows. At one point having the number one seed in the nation. 11-1 in the PSAC, 13-1 overall record. What's it like so far this season?
It's been a little surreal. I mean, the players have been great because they're not, they're very grounded. They don't really let the highs of the season get too high or the lows get too low. And they've really been a very coachable group to work with. I mean, coming off of last year, we went to the Final Four. You kind of worry if there's going to be kind of that, success hangover of being in the Final Four, and you worry about the season being kind of a mess. And the girls have been fantastic. I mean, it's a very young group. We have, our starting 11 is, comprised of one senior, one junior, and the rest are freshmen and sophomores. So what we're accomplishing with such a young group is amazing, and it's been just a fantastic, run through the season thus far.
Oh yeah, and so I know it's a team game, obviously, sure. being a soccer fan myself, but goalkeeping, Jenna Bracken, as well as your incredible defense, 7 shutouts on this year. What does that really help translate on the field when you have a solid back?
Well, we've always been very, very strong in our foundation defensively, and we have 3 tremendous goalkeepers and a wonderful group of defensive players that can feature. So I think having such a talented core group of players in addition to a really solid rotation pushes everybody to improve and to improve quickly. But it's very, very good because, obviously for us, we can, in most games, we only really need 1 to 2 goals to make sure that we get the win that we need. And our defense has been very, very sound again this year as it was last year. And, this year we're seeing some things from that defensive group that may propel us to be a bit sharper and a bit stronger than the group that, played last year, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah, and the defense really translates to your offense. 44-7, a 39 goal differential for the season. That's just incredible stats. How do you guys come off of last year, as you said, and really develop the team to, get back where you were?
Well, one of the things we had, going into 2016, we had a freshman group that was fairly large but very, very talented, and they were able to come in and work with a group of seniors at the time, which were the kids who graduated last year, who really embodied our program. They understand the culture, the tradition. It's a very family atmosphere. So these freshmen coming in and understanding that everybody has a role to play. We have a set system. Everyone has a responsibility within a system, and basically learning to follow these responsibilities helped propel them to take leadership roles this year. So we have some sophomores on the team that are some of the best players in the country, but the development they went through last year and learning from some of the upperclassmen we had in the program last year was such a key factor in them becoming who they are now.
That's instrumental, seriously. Starting off the season, though, with you guys going down to West Virginia, facing University of Charleston, I believe, number 24 in the nation. Why face them and trying to get your team started with such high competition at the beginning of the year, coming off of last year, I guess?
Sure. I mean, obviously an interesting choice for us to play them. We had beaten them twice the year before, once in the regular season and once in the second round of the NCAA tournament. I've always been a big believer we want to play the best teams in the country. I feel that we have one of the best teams in the country, and that's been proven this year as it was last year. So we're really not afraid to play anybody. We need to play teams in that West Virginia conference for NCAA selection seedings at the end of the year. So those are very, very important games. But you're right. We're still learning our team at that point. We're still trying to get to know what our system's going to look like, who needs to play where. But we've never been afraid to play anybody, and the matchup was very good, and we came out on the right side of the result. So that was great.
Awesome. Now, I know you don't really want to talk too much about with the IUP game. What was your mindset during that game, and what does that really mean for your team going up against East Stroudsburg tomorrow night at 7 p.m.?
Sure. Well, the Stroudsburg game is going to be a huge rivalry. It was a rematch of last year's PSAC conference final, and they're a very, very good team. I think what was important for us with IUP, for the first time all season, we've had to play a game down a goal, which we haven't had to do. So at halftime, we just said to the kids, listen, this is a great opportunity for us. Granted, we're not winning. This gives us a chance to face some adversity that we haven't faced at all this season. So we changed our system a little bit. We kind of tweaked our shape. And the response from the girls was amazing. We did everything we needed to do other than take the goal. And that's kind of an enjoyable part of the game, is sometimes you can dominate an opponent and still lose, and you're always wondering what you could have done better. But for us in that game against IUP, in the second half primarily, we were fantastic. There was nothing more I could have asked for them. Just on the day, we didn't get the goal we needed.
Of course. And we're gonna go back a season for a second. How special was it? What was it for you and your team to go as far as you guys did last year, going to the Final Four, and really upsetting a Westchester team that was very good last year?
Sure. It's in the PSAC on the women's soccer side. It's only the second time that a team has ever made the Final Four. So it was kind of a dream. We lost the conference final last year to a very good Stroudsburg team. I thought the team was completely defeated. I had no idea if they would get the mentality to rebound and recover and get after the NCAA tournament. And then when we started the tournament, they just seemed like they were on a mission. I didn't know how far that would go. But it was an absolute tremendous experience, one I hope we get a chance to do again. And the players deserved it. So I really was, it was a bit surreal, and in moments almost doesn't seem like it happened. So, but just a tremendous accomplishment for the program, and just certainly, kind of a testament to the players that played for us last year and what they did for the program over the course of their careers.
Especially, and so what are some key factors that our team this year has to do in order to get back to that level of last year?
Well, we just need to stay consistent, and we've done that. It's very difficult to go an entire year in our conference undefeated, so maybe that was a burden we were carrying, tough to say. So now, having lost a game to IUP, and we understand we can lose another game before the playoffs, the big thing for our program is we always want to be in a position to compete for championships. So we've already clinched a playoff spot for the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. The regional rankings are due out tomorrow, which I think will be seeded fairly high in the first ranking. So, but we have games that we still have to win. So I think for us going forward, we just have to stay consistent. The kids have done a tremendous job following the game plan, executing what we put in front of them. As long as we continue to do that, we're going to be a very, very difficult team to beat, and I think we'll have more games that we'll win.
Of course, Coach. Always a difficult team to beat, especially this season. Only one blemish on the whole season. So check out the women's soccer team tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Andre Reed Stadium. Yes?
No, we were actually at Stroudsburg tomorrow night.
Stroudsburg. Excuse me. My fault, Coach. Well, thanks for coming on the show today, Coach. It's been a pleasure, and we're going to send it off to some commercials here. This is the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR Kutztown, Kutztown Live.
It's Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us.
Let's take it back in time. My name is Michaela Bacco, and I want you to imagine yourself as a young scientist sitting outside your home in the 1600s. And as you look up to the sky, you see a small, pea-sized, bright white ball with a long, skinny tail soaring above you. Would you be confused and think it had something to do with the supernatural? Well, that glowing object is a ball of ice that releases gas and dust particles. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong. That ball of ice is called the comet, and it is more complex than you think. If it wasn't for planets, comets would not exist. Comets are formed from the leftover material from the planet's formation, and the comets are stored in not one, but two different places in the solar system. They are the Kuiper Belt and the Oort cloud. With billions of comets being in those areas, you think that they would touch each other, but they don't, and the comets are not small in size. Some comets' size is compared to the city of Los Angeles in California, which is almost 5 times the size of Philadelphia. Speaking of the two different cities, did you know that there is more than one type of comet? I'm sure everyone knows about the comet called Halley's Comet, and it is made up of ice, dust, and gas. And when Halley's travels close to the sun, it becomes bright and can be seen from Earth. Another type of comet is a sun-grazing comet. The most famous sun-grazing comet is called Liaison. It is not your typical ball of ice soaring through space. A sun-grazing comet is a tiny gas ball that travels closer to the sun than your average comet. Usually the sun-grazing comets that travel close to the sun disintegrate before making it all the way past the sun, and the scientists did not understand why Liaison wasn't one of them. Fast forwarding to present time, with the technology we have now, we are able to understand the comets better and predict when the next one can be seen.
Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us. Stay tuned to KUR for more Telescopic Topics. Telescopic Topics is a production of the KU Physical Sciences Department and is recorded by the KU astronomy students in the studios of KUR. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. I'm here with Nikolai Blihar and Rachel Hamilton to talk about the It's On Us campaign and the Fall Week of Action. Hello, you two. Thank you for coming this afternoon.
Hi, thank you for having us. Thank you for introducing me. So I'm actually part of the National It's On Us campaign once again this year. I've had the opportunity to serve as the regional advisor for the Northeast. So I advise all the college campuses and universities across the entire Northeast of the United States. And one of the things that we do here with the It's On Us campaign is raise awareness about sexual assault on college campuses. So if you're not familiar with the campaign, 3 years ago, Vice President Joe Biden started the campaign after speaking with survivors of sexual assault. And one of the common themes that they talked about was the lack of men being involved, the lack of other people being involved, and that sometimes women were the only ones talking about the issue. So they created the slogan, I think it's on all of us to talk about the issue and be active bystanders. So they started the campaign, and since then, they've been spreading to college campuses across the nation, and they've been organizing weeks of action where they raise awareness about consent, bystander intervention, and healthy relationships. And I brought Rachel with me to talk about some of the events we'll be hosting for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, so basically next week is our Fall Week of Action. So we have a bunch of events, but some of them are like the more key events. So we have our It's On Us pledge tables. And they are Monday, October 16th and Thursday, October 19th from 11 to 3 in the MSU.
And what does that mean? What is a pledge table for someone who might not know?
Yeah, so basically it's an opportunity for people to come out and take the It's On Us pledge, which is a pledge to say that you're not going to sit back when you see incidents that aren't acceptable. You're going to be an active participant in your community, and you're not going to be just a bystander that doesn't do anything. So it's really about kind of the first step in saying, I'm going to take the initiative, I'm going to say this, and then basically it's kind of like going from there. It's the beginning, not the end. So then we also have the Hunting Grounds documentary, and that's going to be showing on Tuesday, October 17th at 6 p.m. in the MSU in the Alumni Auditorium.
And what's that about?
So the Hunting Grounds is a really phenomenal documentary, and it's basically talking about sexual assault on college campuses and how it can sometimes feel like a hunting ground.
Okay.
And where the name comes from, obviously. But it's following college students' stories, talking about what happened. There are a lot of controversial topics. They talk about Jameis Winston and his controversy. So it's a really impactful movie, and I definitely recommend everyone see it at least once in their life. So the last event we have is also a documentary, and it's called The Mask You Live In, and that's being shown Monday, October 23rd and Thursday, October 26th at 5 p.m. in the MSU Alumni Auditorium.
And what's that one about? Just a little quick summary.
So that one is basically about a culture of toxic masculinity. It's one of our events that we have that's focused more on men. And so basically it's talking about how masculinity culture can be toxic for men and how it can negatively impact their lives. And basically this kind of whole thing that's pushed on young men from the very beginning of their lives, and how maybe we can move forward as a society and pushing that less on men.
And this is just kind of a question in general. Either one of you can answer it. If someone is facing difficulties with a problem of sexual assault, where on Kutztown's campus can they go for resources or help or someone to talk to, and what's confidential and all that?
Right. So we have an awesome program on our campus, Heart of KU, which is housed in the Women's Center, which is in Old Main 126. And Heart advocates have full confidentiality. So if someone wanted to talk about resources, wanted to talk to someone on behalf of a friend, or they themselves were experiencing relationship violence or sexual violence, they could come and talk without having to worry about anything being reported and be given options to move forward. I would encourage anyone to come to the Women's Center or the GLBTQ Resource Center if they're seeking out any specific resources.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. Is there any final thoughts or words you'd like to say about the It's On Us campaign in general, or just the Fall Week of Action coming up?
Yep, so we're always looking for volunteers to get involved with the It's On Us campaign. So if you're interested in being a part of our core team, we encourage you to reach out to our campus organizer, Destiny Fisher. She'll be looking for members to get more involved.
And how would we reach out to her? Is there like an email? Do you know it
People
off the top of your head?
can reach out to the Women's Center.
Okay.
Reach out to the Women's Center email, womencenter@kutztown.edu.
Yeah, and we're always looking for help and more resources. And there are so many ways that you can help by becoming a heart advocate, by volunteering at the Women's Center. And by doing all of these things, it's all kind of intersects. So we'd love to have more volunteers. We'd love to have people come out with passion. So definitely, if you're worried about it, don't worry. Just take the step, come in.
And what kind of other things does the Women's Center offer?
So the Women's Center works with our Women and Gender Studies minor on campus as well. So we provide resources for students who might need information about intersectionality, feminism. We also have our student groups associated with the Women's Center, FMLA, the Feminist Majority Leadership Alliance. And they meet every Tuesday at 11 in the Women's Center Oasis. And they discuss a whole bunch of various issues, whether it be toxic masculinity, sexual assault, intersectionality, black women's issues, whatever it may be. And then there's also Students Campaign Against Rape, which meets Tuesdays at 5 p.m. in the Women's Center Oasis. And they also focus on sexual assault, domestic violence. They provide support for survivors as well.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for stopping in. This segment is good to have you back, and maybe we'll talk to you later in the year.
Probably.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And we'll be back with more of Kutztown Live.
And now, another film rental discovery.
Welcome to the Indie Film Minute. Can a voice be so big, a passion for creation so great, that stardom would only get in the way? 20 Feet from Stardom tells the story of background singers who weave their magic 20 feet behind the big-time stars who get all the credit. Here at last are the voices who have enriched our lives without our ever knowing their names. Did you know that the talented Crystals didn't sing their hit song, He's a Rebel? That was Darlene Love, background singer extraordinaire and uncredited ghost singer of many hits. We also learn here that one of the most famous vocal riffs in rock and roll history was sung by Mary Clayton, awakened late one night by her manager, looking for a singer to belt out a powerful hook for a bunch of boys from England who turned out to be the Rolling Stones. In fact, the film suggests that the most memorable riffs in the soundtracks of our lives were likely invented by background singers. Sound preposterous? Trust us. You'll want to see this tightly woven and informative documentary. Its entertainment value is reward enough, but the bonus is an introduction to talent that deserves way more credit than has ever been awarded them. Up to now. 20 Feet from Stardom. Out in theaters. Discovery through rental.
My name is Michael O'Mara, and you're listening to Kutztown Live with me, Michael O'Mara. I'm the president of this radio station here, and today I have Kaylee Unger, who is the Communication Studies intern. She's here to talk about the program, talk about some of the specific information about it, talk about what she does, how she does it, why she does it, when she does it, you know the drill. So, Kaylee, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Can you just, I've kind of gave you a little bit but about who you are, but can you talk about a little more about who you are?
Yeah, so I am currently a senior at Kutztown. I am a communication studies major.
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 minors in digital communication and new media, professional writing, public relations, and leadership.
Oh my, okay, so you're kind of like our President Molly Gallagher a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay. So what else do you do on this campus?
Well, I'm a part of the equestrian team, so that keeps me pretty busy every single weekend, and I'm also the co-captain at admissions.
Cheers, that's insane. Okay, all right. I thought I was involved. Equestrian's horses, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's horses. For everyone who doesn't know, equestrian's horses. I didn't know that. So you're here regarding the communication studies internship. Can you go a little bit about what that position is?
Sure. So the internship, I use it for class credit, so it's worth 3 credits. You have to have it 150 hours for the semester, so I do 10 hours a week, 15 weeks for the semester.
Mm-hmm.
That equals 150 hours.
Wow, okay.
So I work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's very
15 times 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, just making sure.
The hours are very, very flexible. You work around your schedule. It is located on campus in the Rickenbach Learning Center. So it's very convenient for me. I can hop in there in between classes if I have a few hours, whenever it's needed. But a little bit more about the internship.
Yeah. What is the position? Yeah.
So I started off creating some of the platforms for them. So they had a Facebook, they had a Twitter, but they didn't have an Instagram.
No, they did not.
So I created their Instagram. I'm up to, I believe, 61 followers now.
Oh.
Within probably a month now, I believe.
That's pretty good.
So I'm pretty happy with that. Definitely go follow them. It's KU_Comm_studies. So
okay. KU_Comm_studies.
Correct.
All right. On Instagram.
Yes. And then the Twitter is Kutztown Comm with 2 M's, so you can follow that. And then we have the Kutztown University Department of Communication Studies Facebook. I kind of just maintain them, keep them up to date. Dr. Cerrucci or Dr. Massey, they were updating them frequently throughout the semester, but now that they have me, I'm more in charge of that and just kind of connecting with the followers, trying to present new and engaging information for anyone that does follow those pages. I share a lot of TED Talks.
TED Talks, okay, all right, yeah.
I think they're interesting, yeah.
They are, I agree.
And I just kind of try to relate to everyone. So today I posted just like a motivational quote for all the students, just about believing in themselves, and no matter what obstacles that are in their way, they can always overcome them, and they're greater than those obstacles. So just those little types of things to help students get through their week. Also, I posted something about the students on the dean's list, and then any classes, because advisement is going to be starting soon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be talking...
Right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm going to be starting talking about some of the classes that they're going to offer. And with the new major, social media, strategy, and theory, since we have some of those new classes starting up in the spring, I'll be promoting those definitely.
Okay. You could be able to, that'll be tagged in the description below, so you can, about the social media major that just happened, you can watch that whole interview that I did with Dr. Keith Massey and Dr. Mo Folk. Just go down the description; it'll be there, and you can just click it, and you can listen to me talking to, other people that are extremely educated and extremely smart people. So, next question. How did you get this position? How did it fall in your lap? How did you work for it? What happened?
So I took writing for social media last semester with
Amy O'Brien.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, continue.
So that was a very interesting class. We developed the Kutztown English Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. I really liked that class, and I guess she saw some potential with me and my creativity, so she recommended me to my department because they were more so looking for somebody to start developing all of their social media and kind of keeping it up to date. So she recommended me to my department, and they just kind of handed me the internship, which was very nice.
Whoa! Handed? You spent an entire class kind of auditioning for this internship. Don't say you got handed. You worked your butt off to get that.
I did. Unintentionally worked my butt off.
Unintentionally. There you go. That's
I
the
didn't
best
know
kind.
that I was going to receive this internship, but it was a pleasant surprise for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when I'm thinking about, you took a class, writing for social media. I took that class too. Regarding getting this internship for the next time around, so I don't know if it's going to be through this. I don't know if there's a special process, but if someone wants this internship, this communication studies internship in the Rickenbach Learning Center, how are they going to go about to get it with now that it's a whole new thing?
So they are going to continue it as an internship. They do have a few requirements, such as they want you to be a communication studies major or minor in one of their programs, specifically PR, because I'm covering this as my PR internship. They're also looking for students that have taken writing for social media as a course, because then they're kind of more familiar with that creativity and the types of things that they need to post, and the Kutztown guidelines for university social media platforms.
I just maybe not part of this part of the interview. Is the social media major the media class, is that still offered? Do you know that?
The writing for social media?
Yeah, is that still being offered?
I believe it's going to be offered every other semester. I know she's not offering it this semester, but I believe it'll be offered next semester.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I took it last spring. I guess you did too.
We were the first class, so.
You sure? When you say were we? We've talked about this before. Were we in the same class? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m.
I'm almost positive I was in that class. I can't really remember. I think that was that the only time it was offered?
She had two. Okay. I don't know.
Yes, it was, because I had philosophy at 10 a.m. and then I went straight to writing for social media at 11.
Left side or right side of the room?
Right side.
Okay, see, I was on the far left, and I was sat next to this one kid who never shown up. So that's probably why we never ever saw each other up to this point, because we have classes now, for the record. We have classes now.
Almost every class. Just figured out you were in my one class the other day.
Research methods with Dr. Ebersol. Shout out to Dr. Ebersol. How you doing? Let's go over, other than you worked for it unintentionally, other than you got it and you're doing it now and you seem to be having a good time at it, why did you, once it was offered to you, take it? Did you have any other internship on the table? Were you thinking I don't think about this? But why did you personally take this position?
Well, I applied for an internship actually over the summer in Yosemite National Park.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and the credits, it was just hard to transfer them over to a Pennsylvania school, so I just kind of blew that off.
Yeah.
And then I was emailed, I believe at the end of last semester, maybe the end of the last semester, about this internship from Joseph Harasta. And I was kind of well, I need an internship. I'm interested in social media, so why not take this? It's going to be a good experience, and especially since I'm so involved, I don't have a lot of free time, especially with my classes and my team. So it was just more convenient for me to have it on campus versus most students either having Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, and then Tuesday, Thursday, they go to their internship or driving off campus. So that's one of the main reasons why I did take it.
That's a great reason. I mean, if I had the opportunity, I had an internship over the summer, and it was in Reading. So, but it was also an off-site internship. So I got so much out of it. However, to have that functionality of being able to do most of my work away from the location that I didn't have access to was very comforting. And I think that kind of is the same. It's the same thing with your situation. You are able to attend classes, communicate with your professors, talk to, establish new connections, talk to those connections, all in a familiar environment. So I think that's a really positive way look at it. Would you agree? Would you disagree?
I definitely agree.
Ooh.
I have come to, I've always known the professors and I've talked to them and they've known my face. But now that I'm at the front desk right when they walk in, and I'm kind of overseen by Dr. Daryl Johnson, Dr. Cerrucci, and Dr. Massey, they now know me personally versus just like another student they see in one of their classrooms. I've come to know many of the other professors. So I think it's definitely helping me in that sense of having a better relationship with professors in my department, because I didn't really know them or go to their office hours as much as I should have or made myself known to them. So I think in that sense, and I'm also the guinea pig of this internship since I'm the first intern for the Comm department. So they're learning as much as I'm learning. So I'm kind of defining what this internship is, and I think that's really cool because I can say I help them define what this is going to be for future students. And we're all learning at the same time, too. So I'm suggesting to them, they're suggesting to me on things that could be done. So it's really neat.
So what you're doing now throughout this, just communication, just learning, just understanding the process and how it is as applicable to your day-to-day, what you're doing now in this internship, do you see this having a positive impact on your professional career?
I definitely think so, just because social media is so prominent in today's world that you're going to need it no matter what job that you have.
It's a mindset.
Yeah, definitely. And I've managed the Kutztown equestrian team, Snapchat, Facebook, it's probably 2.5 years. So I'm used to it. And then we ran the Kutztown English one, and now I'm up to the Comm one. So it's all different types. It's a variety. So the equestrian team is a little more lenient and more fun, whereas the Kutztown English and the Kutztown Communication Studies, it's more you have to relate to those type of people and maybe promote some internships, some jobs, or let them know maybe some articles you can share for them.
You really have to consider your audience.
Yes.
That's what you have to do. That's the biggest thing. Like as myself running the KUR social media, running KUSGB social media, I relate to that 195%. Social media is a tool. It's not really a marketing tool. It's not really a tool to promote something, but it is a tool to communicate with something. And that's what a lot of people don't see. Dr. Keith Massey has done a really good job at explaining that to me. So is Dr. Mo Folk. And they have that insight that is so applicable and hopefully usable for all these people that are signing up for this brand new social media major. And hopefully in the future when there's a new Comm Studies intern, when you're gone. So thank you very much for coming on here, Kaylee. If you are interested in this position, where is the office located in Rickenbach?
Rickenbach, 214. So I advise them just to go maybe talk to their advisor if they are a communication studies major. Also, if you are very interested, maybe reach out to Dr. Daryl Johnson or stop in his office. He is in the Comm office, so 214, but he'll be in the back in room 218. Okay.
Well, this has been a special segment of Kutztown Live discussing the communication studies intern position. If like Haley just mentioned, you can go to the Comm Studies department. You can talk to your advisor and just express interest in the fact that you are interested in doing something like that here on campus, to get credit for it, to learn more about what social media is, how to use it, how to manage it, and how to interpret it. And all that fun stuff. So, again, my name is Michael O'Mara, and this has been Kutztown Live, right here on Kutztown University Radio.
Mad Dogs in Kutztown voted best new restaurant in Kutztown. Burgers, hot dogs, breakfast sandwiches. Priding themselves in the freshest homemade foods, Mad Dogs invites everyone to enjoy outdoor seating. Providing fast, free, no minimum delivery anywhere on campus in all of Kutztown. 484-648-2808. 484-648-2808. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Soon everything will be alright. Hot dog. We're gonna have a ball.
Tune in to KUR every Tuesday morning from 10 to 11 Eastern Time for Kutztown's Country with Juliana Jablonski, playing the top country hits of today and some of the great hits from the past. Streaming online at www.kutztown.edu/KUR. KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University. and welcome to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. I am here this afternoon with Clyde Killebrew to talk to us about freshman involvement here in Kutztown.
Thank you for having me.
And welcome. Thank you so much for coming on to the show this afternoon.
Thank you.
So, do you want to tell us a little bit about how you even got involved in Kutztown or why you chose Kutztown in the first place?
Yes. So, I'm from Winslow Township, New Jersey. 2 hours away from here, and Dr. Warren Hilton, he's a close family friend of mine. He showed me Kutztown, gave me a couple tours, and I just fell in love with the environment, the opportunities they were able to put me in, just the potential I have in myself, the potential I think I'm able to bring out to others and hopefully help others out as well as helping myself out. I feel like Kutztown's the place for me, so I chose this college, and hopefully I'll be here not only for 4 years but for the long run.
And you're involved in a couple different things I keep coming to find out. Yeah. And so Student Government Board is one of them. Yes. Do you want to say a little bit about what your position is there and what you do with that?
Yes. So I nominated myself for the Student Government Board over the summer as a new student representative, and thankfully I got in as one of the representatives. And ever since I've been a part of it, it's just been growing me as a leader and as a person as well. I actually took on a new leadership role, a part of student government. I'm a dean's liaison for the at-large representatives for the Kutztown University. At-large is mostly pretty much tending to everybody, whether it be athletics, other like undecided majors, or any other groups that aren't already part of the other colleges. We tend to those type of people. So, yeah.
And I know being a freshman is that intimidating, or how does it feel to be a freshman and be a part of such a big?
Definitely at first, being a freshman, I was like intimidated seeing everybody so focused, my first meeting, I was just sitting around, and Molly, our president, she hit the gavel for the first time, and I'm like, oh, like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing here? I don't know if I should be taking notes. I brought out a laptop. You're not supposed to have a laptop during a meeting, so I'm like, I got to put that away. But, more and more, the more meetings we had, talking to most of the leaders, and also all the members. All the members are great. They're great to tend to. We had our retreat, like the first week of September. Yeah, the 8th through the 10th. Yeah, we had our first retreat, just building a plan for the year, talking about our Constitution, goals that we set for ourselves, and just getting acclimated to being a leader on campus. And they were so welcoming. They were so welcoming to all the new freshmen, all the new members that aren't freshmen, all the new members. They were so helpful. They were open to us asking questions and asking for help. They were willing to help us out if we needed anything that we didn't know already, that we didn't even ask about. They were just looking after us, and it was great. So I think that in itself, it kind of propelled me to be more comfortable in my role as being a freshman as well. Mm-hmm. And I got to understand too, like being a freshman representative, I'm representing the entire freshman class. So class of 2021, shout out. But yeah, I'm representing them, so I got to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's and making sure I tend to them as well if they have anything that they want to discuss, anything that they want, any concerns that they have. I'm supposed to go to them and ask them, and then I can help them in any way I can, being a part of the board.
So you're just representing the entire freshman class, and so if someone has a problem or a question, they would come to you?
They would definitely come to me, and I'm very welcoming. The criticism, questions, compliments. I love compliments.
And how would someone get in contact with you?
I'm always available on Facebook. I'm part of the Kutztown Class 2021 chat, so if you go into that chat, you'll probably see my name there, just Clyde Killebrew IV. I'm also all around campus, so I'm usually very busy with classes like everybody else, so you'll probably see me there. And also my Instagram, 4th Gen Clyde, my Twitter at Ivy Clyde, just other places where you can reach me. I'm always available to talk. I'm busy, but I never shy away from trying to help someone out. So I'm always available. So if you ever have any concerns, questions, or compliments, or things to talk about, if you ever just want to talk, just let me know. Let me know on those sites right there.
And like, what is something someone would come to you to talk about, or what kind of questions or concerns or things would someone come to you to talk?
One thing that's very it's a very hot topic in Kutztown is the textbook affordability.
Okay.
I know for me personally, I was kind of lucky because my mother set aside the books for me before I got here, so it was pretty easy. But still, the pricing of textbooks is very difficult to gloss over. So we've been working. I know the Dean's Liaisons have been working with the Academic Affairs. Rebecca Cantor, we've been working with her as well. Me and her personally have went to KUSSI and discussed with them how we can if we can't lower prices of textbooks, how we can make it more efficient and get the right textbooks. That way we're not spending too much money or we're not getting them at all. We want to make sure everybody has their books, make sure everybody has the ability to study the right way, because if you don't have your book, there's a chance that you're not getting the most information that you can. So we're working with that as well. We're trying to build other ways, trying to bring back the Golden Bear Guide. We're trying to use that again because I know we discussed that. I know for me during the Connections program that we had.
The Golden Bear Guide?
Yeah, the Golden Bear Guide.
What is that? I'm not even familiar with that.
Okay, so I'm still a little fuzzy on it, but the Golden Bear Guide is something. It's like an app that they told us to sign up for. And what it's supposed to do is supposed to, tell you what your classes are, locations you can find around campus, and just other resources that you might not think about. Also on MyKU has the same type of sources, and you can look up, your financial situation if you're having questions regarding if you're owe something, if you're about to owe something, if you're over or due on something and you're freaking out. The MyKU account also helps out with that, but the Golden Bear Guide is the more people that use it, the more efficient it would be. So we're going to try to bring that back as well, trying to see if it's not working now, not working per se, not being used as much as it should, we're going to try to build that up, try to use other ways to where we can still have that guide and be able to help others out with that. And textbook affordability kind of strings along with that per se, not with pricing, but it just leads you to the right direction of where to find the things that you need, resources that you need. You never know what might transpire during the school year. Who knows? You might rip a book. I always think about these type of you might fall off a building and lose your math book.
Hopefully you don't fall off the building.
You know what I mean? You might fall and some cases like that happen. It's very normal that it happens. So we're just keeping tabs on that. Also having the ability to point out those situations and be able to help each other out. So Kutztown has a ton of resources that will help others with those situations. Not only with those situations, but with other resources that we need, the bookstore, obviously, with, pencils, pens, stuff like that. And also just bringing people out of the dorms. When we're not in class and not studying, we want to have people involved. So I know the McFarland Student Union, the sub, that's has been working diligently with that, building other programs and other informational sessions where people can ask questions. They can meet other people. That's another thing about college. Networking with other people, meeting other people, and having that connection with someone else that's out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? So. I know with that, we're trying to build student involvement. It's so much other things that we're trying to build, and there's so little time. But once once I can get this down on paper, we could definitely hash that out. Events, just suggestions, just looking out. If you had, I know in Dietrich Hall we have posters of what's going on around campus. So even when I'm not personally asking someone, hey, what's the moves for today? I can always look on the wall and there's something happening every single day.
You live in Dietrich?
Dietrich Hall, yes.
That's where I lived my freshman year. I lived there right the year before it was renovated.
Yep, and it's renovated now.
I have not been in it since it's been renovated.
It looks great.
Is it nice?
Yes. The rooms they look good. Air conditioning. I mean, not everybody has air conditioning, but but when we're outside of the rooms with the rec center where we can meet other people in our dorms, and then the lobby where we can ask questions from the desk receptionists and people like that. The CAs are very nice. They're very respectful. They always help us out before trying to bark on us. I know there's always a stereotype CAs are trying to get us. No, they're very helpful.
No, they're nice. I remember. Cool. I still see my freshman CA.
Yeah, they're cool.
Hey, she's cool.
Dietrich's a very good it's a very great experience. Not just, sleeping there every day, obviously, and taking a shower and using the bathroom, but it's just, like meeting others, learning how to live on your own. That's like no one ever thinks about that. Having to live, like we're living on our own now.
I know you don't have your parents or anyone telling you what to do when you go to bed.
We don't have anybody to tell you, hey, whoa, this, that, and third. We learn that ourselves, and it's great to have Dietrich as that place where I can mellow down after a long day, and I appreciate that. So yeah, that's a good thing too.
And I know you're super involved and even talking about meeting people with Kumu. You're a part of that.
Yes.
What instrument do you play?
Trombone.
And how's that going?
That's
Trombone.
Going pretty well. Professor Neuenschwander, very great director. He teaches us so much. Even when he seems like the most busiest person in the world, he never stops at trying to help us out and give us the best guidance in music. And not even just music and marching, just life. Teaching us life lessons along the way. And that's not just him. It's the section leaders, the drum majors, Elijah, Ian, and Caitlin. They're great as well. Always lending a helping hand. Made me a whole lot better than I thought I was. It turns out I had a lot more to learn.
Did you play in high school?
Yes. I was actually the drum major at my old high school. Internship. So it was a great transition. Being a leader for a couple years and then moving and starting to learn a lot more.
Were you the drum major all 4 years in high school?
No, I'm out 2 years. Okay, 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah, it was great to move along and see how much other things I can learn, see what other things I can take into my own account. So when it comes my time, hopefully, I can teach other people and help other people out and be able to have a good experience. Our show is called Queen for a Day. We're doing 3 Queen songs, the band Queen. They're actually, what do you call it? Not melodies. Medleys. That's the word. The medleys of Bicycle and We Will Rock You and Champion and Fat Bottom Girls. Bohemian Rhapsody is a great song. Excellent song. I love playing that. But yeah, if you can find us on Saturdays, pregame and during halftime, performing your favorite music, Kutztown University Marching Unit. Great place to be around.
Oh yeah, for sure. And just all in all, what has been your favorite part about being a freshman, or what has been some of your favorite memories? I know we're only halfway through the semester, but that's not much time. But what has been some of your favorite things so far?
Just like you said, just joining a lot of clubs. I'm also part of a lot of other different, besides Kumu, just other different clubs as well.
Okay.
Student government,
so
obviously.
Getting involved. You're very, very involved.
I'm part of the Black Student Union.
Okay.
That's a very great Thursdays at 7 we meet in the Multicultural Center. Great chance to learn about my culture as well. And, just see other people's perspective. That's a very great program as well. I also applied to hopefully be a connections facilitator because that's very litty.
Fun. Yes. You have such a fun personality. You'd be perfect at that.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm definitely involving myself in a lot of other things. Just trying to stay open to everybody. Just try to be out of my comfort zone, learn a lot more new things, and just hopefully become a better person overall. So, yeah.
Aw. That's so cute. Yeah. Is there any final thoughts, words, or anything you want to make sure you say about being a freshman, being on student government board, Kumu,
just last
textbooks?
Thing. Yeah, well, for one, just throwing it in there. Anybody interested in being in Kumu, just let me know. We're accepting a lot of people 24/7. Also, just make sure you're a part of, when you're a part of Kutztown, you're supposed to be the best 4 years of your life. Of course, have great grades, make sure you graduate. But while along the way, just try some new things. I know me, I tried being a part of a organization like Student Government Board, and it helped me become a better person, better leader. So you never know. It doesn't have to just be Student Government Board. You can, there's so many other clubs and organizations here.
Like KUR.
Right? Exactly. I'm definitely going to be a part of this. I don't know when, but this is going to be part of my repertoire. But yeah, just be, just definitely be involved. Don't spend these 4 years worrying too much about, oh man, I got to get this right grade. That's all going to come. That comes with hard work. We got here to college for a reason. We're all going to be successful. Just take the time to involve yourself. meet new people, and just enjoy the 4 years of your life, because you don't get those back. So
I know these are the most not free 4 years, but really
you're definitely not free, but they're definitely
I don't know. You don't have the life responsibilities normally, and so
it's supposed to be fun. So, and I know I'm having a great time now. So I mean, I'm blessed for that, and we're going to hopefully keep building along the ranks of that.
For sure. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you so very much for stopping into the studios today. Maybe we'll see you later sometime this year.
Oh,
or
definitely.
Hopefully you'll have your own show on KUR the next time
we hear
your
Who knows?
voice.
We never know. Thank you, Juliana.
All right. Yes, thank you so much.
¿Sabía usted que el 80% de los estudiantes de KU no beben en exceso?
Colgando carteles de nuevo. ¿Crees que ese cartel es realmente cierto?
Sí, es cierto. Soy una embajadora de la salud de KU y estoy familiarizada con el audit. Estudiantes de KU participan en el cribado de alcohol cada año. Utilizamos los exámenes de identificación de desorden del uso de alcohol. Esta es una forma sencilla de detectar e identificar las personas que están en riesgo de desarrollar problemas con el alcohol. Hemos aprendido que la mayoría de los estudiantes están tomando el cuidado de su negocio y centrarse en lo académico.
Parece que esta cosa de beber no es un gran problema. Puedo ver que esto es cierto, ya que la mayoría de mis amigos no beben.
¿Te gustaría conseguir un grupo de amigos para comer algo?
Suena muy bien. Mándame un mensaje postero.
Kutztown Living, vecino a vecino.
Financiado con una donación a través de la tarjeta de control de licor de Pensilvania.
Listen to Shuffle every Tuesday on KUR. From 9 to 10 p.m., your host Jake Quellen plays a variety of songs that have no business being played together. You can listen by going to www.kutztown.edu/KUR. I hope you're ready to be confused, because this show makes no sense. KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Kutztown Live. I'm your co-host, George Fladeland. Alongside me, Juliana Jablonski. How we doing, Juliana?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. How are you this afternoon?
I am feeling spectacular. We have had an incredible show.
We have had quite a show.
Quite a show, fully packed. Earlier in the broadcast, we had Coach Erik Burstein from the KU women's soccer team, head coach of that incredible organization, going to the Final Four last year and hopefully on their way again this year later on. And who else did we have earlier, Juliana?
We also spoke to Nikolai Blihar and Rachel Hamilton from the Women's Center, speaking about the It's On Us campaign and the Fall Week of Action that is going on. Then we heard from Mike O'Mara and Kaylee Unger, about the KU Communications intern. And then we just spoke to Clyde Killebrew from Kutztown Student Government Board, talking about the new student representative and to talk to us about life as a freshman, textbook affordability, and all things like that.
And such a nice guy. Incredibly involved as a freshman, right?
Yes.
Big and bright things in his future, definitely here.
Oh my gosh, he's so outgoing. Such a nice guy.
What a guy. Great kid.
Shout out to Clyde. So this weekend, I was carving pumpkins, and I don't know, have you carved pumpkins yet at all or done anything folly?
I have. I carved a KU into my pumpkin.
Oh.
It looks fantastic. It's down actually in Virginia with my girlfriend. I brought Grimm's to her, so.
Aw, how sweet.
Oh, yeah, I try.
This weekend, I was carving pumpkins with my boyfriend, actually, and we were like,
cute.
Can you do anything with the seeds? And I was like, yeah, have you ever cooked pumpkin seeds? So I was trying to find, a good recipe, because I know at home, we make them. My mom has a recipe in a cookbook, but I was like, I wonder if anyone listening to Kutztown Live this afternoon would have a good recipe for cooking pumpkin seeds. I found one online that I used, but if anyone has a special one, I would love to know. You can call KU Live in the next 3 minutes at 610-683-4859 or shoot us an email. And I would, I don't know, just love to know that. That was just
email.
on my mind.
Find us on the Instagrams at KUR.
We have a Facebook page.
We have a Facebook page.
Facebook page now.
Brand spanking new.
Live.
Oh, yeah.
Be sure to like it, put on its notifications, follow it, comment it, share it with your mom, your father, your grandma, everyone.
Especially your mom.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Mom.
She'll
Shout out to my
appreciate
mom.
it. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Mom, she's listening.
Oh, great.
Today is, I know there's, every week I have like a national, one day it's Pancake Day, Taco Day, Dog Day.
What is it? What is it?
If you had to guess, what do you think today is? I don't know, you probably couldn't guess it.
National Pumpkin Spice Day.
It is National Pasta Day.
Oh, I got the P, though.
It's true. So, apparently it's National Pasta Day, according to Twitter, and it's a very reputable source. So.
Oh, of course.
So today's National Pasta Day. Quickly, I know usually I have quotes every week, and I was quickly in a rush trying to find one just a few minutes ago to find a quote for today. So
You got some?
it's not. I have one. I could have found, if I looked into it more. I didn't think we'd have time to share a quote today, so I did not have one. But I have one. It's all right. It's all right. It's like a 4 out of 10.
Well, I'll follow up with one after that.
Oh, yeah.
I had Chinese food.
Okay, so you got fortune
downtown.
cookie?
Yeah. And mine, actually, you know what? I'm just going to say mine.
Go for it.
Men do not fail, ... They give up trying.
Were you inspired? How did you feel about that?
I
How
was
did
very
that one
inspired.
make you feel?
Very inspired because we got some internships that I'm applying for and all that fun stuff. And, feeling a little nervous about the whole job search kind of thing. But, life goes on. But this is the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR, Kutztown. This is Kutztown Live. I'm George Fladeland, Juliana Jablonski, and we are out of here.
We're signing off. They hear the music. Maybe I'll have to tune in next week to hear my quote then.
Heyo.
All right. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday at 3 with more of Kutztown Live.